Hi, second grade. Sorry I couldn't be with you today in person, but hopefully this video will be fine. So today, because it's fall, I thought we would make a pumpkin. And this is going to be a special pumpkin because it's going to be a zentangled pumpkin. Does anybody know what zentangle means? Maybe you've never heard of it. It just means putting patterns in different sections, and patterns are images that repeat. Okay, so here is one that I finished, and you can see in each of the sections there's a different type of pattern going on. Okay, and then here's one I did yesterday with the second graders in Mrs. Geis's class. So you can see again different types of patterns going on through the pumpkin. Alright, so I'm going to be drawing with Sharpie. You can draw with pencil, or you could use a Sharpie if you have one, or you could use a black marker or a black crayon. Okay, so I have my paper sideways, and I'm going to come to the middle, and I'm going to come down about 3 fingers. And I'm just going to put a dot for my starting point. Okay, so the middle section of the pumpkin kind of looks like if I was drawing a leaf. So I'm going to start on my dot, and I'm going to come way down to the bottom. Like that. Okay, so now we want to grow our pumpkin out this way. So I'm going to come back to my dot, and I'm going to add another section. And now it's kind of getting flatter at the bottom, not a point. And then I'm going to come back to my dot and do the same thing on this side. Now this time, I don't want to start at the dot. I'm going to come over here onto the piece I just drew. I'm going to draw another section. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to come over here, draw another section. Alright, so now I'm going to add the stem. So your stem can be straight up and down, or you can make it curve a little bit. So I like mine to curve. So I'm just going to do a curvy stem. And then we want our pumpkin to look three-dimensional. So to do that, we have to show a little bit of the back part of the pumpkin. And you can just do a rainbow line to show the back part. So I'm going to start at the edge of the stem, and I'm just going to do a rainbow line that stops. It's not very big. And the same thing on this side. Edge of the stem, rainbow line. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. So we need 8 different patterns. So I'm going to show you some that I did on a piece of paper. And these are just a guide. You don't have to use mine. You can make up your own patterns if you'd like. So I have diagonal lines, straight lines. These kind of look like fish scales, polka dots, checkerboard, loop-de-loops, zigzags, wavy lines, spirals. This one is just line, dot, This one down here is line, heart, line, heart. This one kind of looks like diamonds put together. And then I have more on the back. Kind of looks like snowflakes. This one kind of looks like stitches. Boxes, other kinds of polka dots, flowers. To me, these kind of look like flowers or grass. So I did a wavy line, and then I took 3 straight lines and put 3 dots on top. Triangles, other wavy lines and dots. And these two, you would just keep repeating. Like this one is big, so it took up the whole space, but I would just draw another one beside it. And then like a basket weave. This one up here was just ovals. The ones that are up and down are white, and the ones that go across are black. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots of ways to make different patterns. So you don't have to use what I just showed you, but you can if you'd like. So I think on this one I'm going to I think I'm going to put some suns in this middle section. All right, and then maybe since I did suns, I could do moons. Oh boy, that one doesn't look too good. And then maybe over here I'll do stars. All right, and then here I'm just going to do some rounded lines. And then maybe over here I'll do diagonal lines. And then some polka dots. And then over here, maybe some X's. And then a zigzag for the star. And I'm going to go ahead and color my stars black. So depending on what patterns you choose, this could take you a while to finish. So there's my sun, moon, stars pumpkin. And again, here's the one from yesterday. that I did with another class. So I use some different patterns on this one. So really you can do whatever you like. Okay, so now once you have your patterns all filled in, and you might not yet, that's okay. When you're finished filling in your patterns, then you can color your pumpkin. So I use Sharpie, so I could watercolor paint my pumpkin. If you didn't use Sharpie or a black crayon, I wouldn't use watercolor paints. Because if you use the black marker that isn't a Sharpie, it will probably smear all over your paper, and that would not be good. So you can paint over crayon or Sharpie. If you didn't use crayon or Sharpie, then you can color it with markers, colored pencils, or crayons. All right, so I want you to finish your patterns, and then I want you to color your pumpkin or paint it. And then I want you to hang it up somewhere so everyone can see it, since it's fall and there's pumpkins everywhere. All right, I hope you had fun making our zentangled pumpkins, and hopefully I'll see you next week in person. Until then, have a great week.